stressful, eventful second period here in this Oilers-Senators game. My goodness, we're getting treated to a hockey game on a Monday night. I mean, how much better does that get, right? Honestly, Monday night, kick back, relax, get some exercise in, get some stuff in, get some stuff going. But here we find ourselves up 3-2, despite, Leon Draisaitl, Alex Chiasson, absolutely sniped, showing some goals, that's for sure. But again, still remains to be seen what Mikko Koskinen does the rest of this game. That's the hard part. If Mikko can get the job done here in this third period, the Oilers win this hockey game, no doubt about it. And I'm trying to find the place where it doesn't. There we go. It doesn't squeak so bad there. So it's a tough call as to what happens the rest of the way home in this hockey game, but you got to imagine that if the Oilers limit the shots on goal, maybe that's the key. Not so much allow your goaltender to play. Don't allow your goaltender to play. Play in the offensive zone. Score a bunch of goals. Get the job done offensively. Win this one, I don't know, 6-2, 7-2. Just blow it out in this third period. Why not, right? We're against the Ottawa Senators. We'll take what we can get, and obviously what we can get is a bunch of goals. They've got a rookie goaltender in net, Joey Daccord. So you can imagine we can definitely do something. You can definitely do something with what the Ottawa Senators are giving us for an opponent tonight. So hopefully the Oilers can go get that done in that third period. But man, another second period where Kyle Turris looks fantastic. Let me tell you, Kyle Turris, this game, Louis DeBrusk and Jack Michael, still getting used to saying that, by the way. And they were mentioning how this might be Kyle Turris' best offensive game as an Edmonton Oiler. Quite honestly, right? You've seen him get an assist on the Leon Draisaitl goal. You've seen him go out there and make 1, 2, 3, or 4 great passes this hockey game so far, and all resulting in dangerous, dead-eye chances for Oilers shooters. Now, right, we're talking Chiasson, Kara, those kind of shooters, until, of course, the Leon Draisaitl goal, that's for sure. But it was all worth it for sure for Kyle Turris, who ends up getting that assist, getting the what is now go-ahead goal, despite being the 2-goal lead at one point after that weird play off of the stick of Tyson Barrie. And that's one of those, right? I think the problem with modern hockey is it's so much stand in the way and stay put where you stop your feet kind of deal if you're Tyson Barrie, right? If you get where I'm going with that, is old school hockey, it would have been a forced play. You would have hit him a little bit and you would have tried to ruffle up Tim Stützle before he scores that goal. However, Tyson Barrie backs off, backs down a little bit, gets in position to block the shot, and instead it goes off his stick right here and past Mikko Koskinen. So that's a tough goal for sure for the Oilers, but hey, you know what? End of the day, Mikko Koskinen, he was settling into that point. Now, the problem is, like I said right off the top of the live stream here that just fired up, is you got to think that the Oilers have to go out there and control the rest of this hockey game. Play in the offensive zone. Get the job done offensively. Don't worry about the goaltending. The more you worry about Mikko Koskinen, you and me both, it seems to be that Mikko Koskinen gives up more goals that we don't need. But to Sam's point, Mikko Koskinen has also bailed the Oilers out offensively a little bit this game with an assist on the Chiasson goal. Yes, sirree. An assist on the Chiasson goal gets Mikko Koskinen his second apple of the year as far as we're counting. It might be his third if I'm mistaken, but it's either his second or third this year, and he's doing a fantastic job going out there and moving that puck for the Oilers. That's what we like to see as well, right? Mike Smith brings such a dynamic game presence, being that third defenseman that you hear about every time Mike Smith's in net. But now you've got Mikko Koskinen really going out there as well, starting to change games when he's not on his best, right? That first goal, that sucks. The second goal sucks, sure, but it's a deflection, whatever. And, well, end of the day is as long as he's going out there trying to bring a different element to his game, and what's he bringing? He's bringing the puck handling ability that Mike Smith is crafting within another goaltender, i.e. Mikko Koskinen. So it's worked out, it's been good, and it's been great. Well, now we hope that it's enough to get this one done. The problem is, as Robert mentions, well, Montreal's winning against Vancouver right now. Now, plenty of time for Vancouver to come back, but Montreal, Vancouver, as far as I remember so far this season, has been pretty lopsided in this NHL season. And that's not a good thing for us Oilers fans. Because, right, Montreal beating up on Vancouver, which means if we don't beat up on Vancouver, we're actually technically behind the Canadiens in terms of the Vancouver situation. And we need to be on top of the Vancouver situation as much as we possibly can be. Yes, right now we are, but there's 10 games as opposed to the Canadiens 9, and we'd like to have some kind of a 1.5, 2-point edge on Montreal in all things said and done with the Vancouver situation. I think that's fair. Cat currently curled up in the corner of the couch after trying to bite my arm off in the second period after I took a break for the last 10 minutes of the second period. Still hurting my arm after he just kind of clamped on and didn't let go for about 10 minutes. It was quite something. He was just kind of holding me with two paws and holding me with, holding me down and pinning me into a position. If I moved, he bit harder, and it was quite something. So yeah, what do we find ourselves here in this second period? I think we find ourselves in a situation where the Oilers could really use the next goal. I think that's a fair thing to say. The Oilers could really use the next goal to try and get this game kind of back into control. Not that this game's out of control, but at the same rate is you don't want to see this game get tied. Right? Ottawa's pesky. Ottawa's a better team than they were. It all started after that 8-5 loss to the Oilers that we all keep hearing about this game. But the last thing you can afford to do is choke this one away against Ottawa. Ideally for us Oilers fans, and I'm going to curse it right now, I'm sure, is the Oilers need to go 9-0 against Ottawa this year. That's straight up facts. My buddy X-Snipes, he'll be the first one to back me up on that, is simply the fact that the Oilers need to go 9-0 against Ottawa just to guarantee that we've got 18 free points in the bag, essentially, against the team you're supposed to beat the most in the Canadian division if you're any team, and then hopefully get the job done against everybody else in positive series. The Leafs series is probably going to be a negative, which is even more why you need to go out there and win this series almost in a complete sweep, a 9-game sweep of the Ottawa Senators, simply because if you're going to choke away games against the Leafs like we did last week, 3 straight, now really it comes on onus where are you going to make that up? And making it up 3 straight against Ottawa or 9 overall during the season against Ottawa, that really changes the dynamic of things for the Oilers in terms of their playoff chances. As I've talked about so far over the past 3 or 4 weeks now, is the fact that the Oilers don't exactly need to play winning hockey. They need to win like 3 or 4 more games than they lose the rest of the season. And guess what? The Oilers, they'll be a playoff team. That's the reality, right? 64 points. Do the math on how many wins the Oilers need to get to 64 points, right? Just try it. It's quite something. You'll get pretty astounded that it's not really that hard of an ask. And, well, now we find ourselves, right? Okay, where do you get those wins? Well, we choked away quite a few of them against Toronto, right? You would have liked to take 2 or 3 minimum. Would have liked to sweep that series. Instead, you got swept, so you didn't get a single win. Now you find yourself against Ottawa for a 3-game set after beating Calgary in the Battle of Alberta for the 3rd time already this year. So you see where those wins can easily be made up, right? Is, okay, go out and win that one against Calgary. Now you're up 3-1 in the season series. You go out there and win that season series 7-3 or 8-2. Suddenly there's some big time wins, but we currently find ourselves asking a lot of questions for this Oilers team as to how it all pays off. But the math isn't as hard as it seems, is what I'm saying, and that's the nice part as we currently find it is things could be a lot worse in Oilers land, and thankfully we went out there and won that hockey game the other night against Calgary to turn it all around. And like I said in some comments yesterday, is the word fragile was being used in Leafland after the loss on Saturday night. and the Oilers were applauded for a comeback effort. Come on, right? How can you take that? That's not a bad situation at all. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go use the washroom. You know, it's been a long hockey game so far. Gun up and get the job done in the third period. Get to bed, get to work, and away we go. Sorry for this, but hey, you know what? Like I said, taking care of myself is a little bit important as well. I'm Tyson Dolan, your TV up on out of here. If I can get out of here. Ooh, can I stretch that far? Yes, I can.